What you are about to hear might just keep you up tonight. Welcome to Hauntcore Vault.
I was about 12 or 13 years old. One time I'm walking to my psychiatrist for my weekly appointment. It's a half-hour walk, and after dark. I enjoyed walking, especially after dark when things were quiet, peaceful and slow, and no one else around. No, I didn't live in a dangerous neighborhood, nor did my walk take me through any dangerous neighborhoods. As I'm about halfway to my destination, a car, a Cadillac, comes driving down the street. Some people, both male and female, in the car are sticking themselves halfway out the windows and are taunting me and jeering me as they drive by. A bunch of people in their late teens or early 20s. The driver alone had to be at least 18 years old. I ignore them and keep on walking. About a minute or two later, the same car comes down the street again, and those people are jeering me and taunting me again. I don't know who they are. Maybe they live in the neighborhood. I still ignore them and keep walking. Another minute or so goes by, and again they come driving down the street, taunting and jeering me. Now I'm worried. They're circling the block over and over, deliberately focusing on me. As soon as they reach the corner and make their turn and are out of sight, I duck behind some bushes in someone's front yard and wait. The car comes again down the street. This time, not seeing me walking down the street, they're not jeering. They pass right by me in my hiding place and turn the corner. I think they think I've finally reached my destination, one of the houses on the block, and went inside, and as a result, drove away. I thought wrong. Stupidly, I leave my hiding place and go back to walking on my way to my psychiatrist. I should have stayed there behind those bushes much longer because I hear the car approaching. They spot me and start taunting and jeering me again. They turn the corner. This time I run towards my destination, but I know I won't get far before the car and those kids catch up with me again. So to that effect, I decided to hide again behind the bushes in front of an apartment building. This time, resolving to stay there for good until the jerks in the car gives up their searching for me. I'm hiding there behind the bushes for not long, maybe about 30 seconds or so, when the guy whose apartment it is pops out from his apartment, asking what I'm doing hiding in his bushes. At first, he probably thinks I'm a burglar or a guy using his bushes as a toilet, but whatever he thinks, I explain to him how I'm walking to my psychiatrist and how I'm being followed and harassed by a bunch of kids in a car, which was why I'm hiding in his bushes. The guy can instantly tell from the tone of my voice and my facial expressions that I'm telling him the truth. He can see how scared I am. Just then, the car comes down the street and pulls right up at the curb directly in front of us. They look at me and the guy I'm with. Not a mean-looking guy, in his late 30s, early 40s, but tough and serious-looking enough. He's not wearing a shirt, but he's wearing a sleeveless undershirt, which reveals that this guy's upper body is very well-toned, slightly muscular, and no fat. I'm looking at the car, and I realize that the car doesn't look so full now. It's missing a few people inside. The guy I'm with just gives them a mean stare. He asks me, "You know them?" I reply that no, I don't know them at all. I haven't the slightest idea of who they are. Just then, as the car is sitting there, about 3 of them approach walking from the other direction. The car was traveling from east to west. Those 3 were walking on foot from west to east, so that's why the car seemed not so full. They were looking to escalate the situation. They weren't satisfied with just driving by and taunting me, so they changed tactics. A few of them got out of the car up ahead and started walking towards me, while the ones in the car took another turn around the block. Their plan now was to physically trap me in between themselves and their car, perhaps grab me and drag me into the car with them for whatever reasons. But seeing my tough guy guardian angel with me, The kids walking toward the car instead got into the car and it took off. The guy offered to stay with me for a little longer, or if I wanted to duck into his apartment to stay there until I was sure that it was safe to continue on my journey. I had a feeling that this was the last I was going to see of those guys and their car, and I didn't want to be late for my appointment. So I thanked the guy for his offer, but declined and decided to head on my way. The guy went back into his apartment and closed the door. I looked at the closed door and hoped that I didn't make a mistake by turning down the guy's offer of better safety, because I was still scared. Thankfully, I was right about not seeing the car again. The rest of my walk, I was unmolested. I reached my psychiatrist's office. I told my therapist about what happened. He insisted on calling the police. The police came and took a report from me. That's the last I heard of it. On my way back home, I usually took the same route that I came from, up the same streets. But this evening, I varied my way home, taking some different side streets to walk on. Never saw that car or those jerks again.